Hello and welcome to all you Virgos. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for already July 2016. Now, for all the mutable signs, and you're one of them, July is a bit less stressful than June. In June, there was a lot happening, also especially for the Virgos, because there was a lot of mutable energy going around. So, of course, these are general horoscopes, but in general, for the Virgos, it's more quiet. Especially because there's a lot of planets the last 2 weeks of the month in Leo, and that's just a sign before you. So it's quite a quiet time for you Virgos. But I want to talk about three things. First of all, the Mars, that goes direct again. Then the planets in Cancer and the planets in Leo. So let's get started with Mars. Mars is direct now. And I want to talk about that point when it stands still in the heavens and then it goes direct again. So it went retrograde, it's standing still, and then it goes direct again. And this is very important to have a look at what kind of point it is. You know, you Virgos, you like the details, just like me. I'm a Virgo too. It's on 23 degrees of Scorpio in your third house, which is a very communicative house, a very busy house. So it's going to be not a stressful July, but very communicative, very talkative as well. And now this fixed star that is on 23 degrees of Scorpio is significant because that is the point that it stands still and goes direct again. And it has a meaning, and I'm going to read a little bit about that meaning. And that's applicable for you in your communication, because for you, it's in the communication house. So it's also the house of siblings. It's the house of your direct environment. So it's very it's a very lively house and a mental house, you could say. So what does it mean having Mars there on that fixed star that is called Agina or Agina? And it means honor as a speaker or a writer, great mental and great mental and physical power and legal authority, but as well, a love of arms, strong passions and a very energetic nature. It gives position, friendship, refinement, morality, health and honor. So if we apply this to your third house, this is great for all kinds of communications for the Virgos. So if you've been waiting for a good moment to speak something very, very deep, profound and important, because it's in Scorpio, right? Then this is the moment, you Virgos. And especially with Pluto in your fifth house of self-expression, people will listen to you. And don't we all want that? But not in a self-righteous way, you know, that's the negative side, you could say, of Virgo, but in a very powerful way, in a very authentic way. So good for you, good for you. And that's for the whole month. So the whole month you will feel that Mars there in your third house, trining Chiron in the seventh house, which means there's a lot of healing going on through your communication with others. So be very mindful of what you say, because the power of what you're saying is very, very strong. Normally, this is already very strong for Virgos, because someone with a sun in Virgo will have, let's say 50% Mercury in Virgo as well. So you are used to the fact that people do listen to you. Not all of them, but so make sure that what you say is very truthful, and I'm sure you will. So that's one good energy flavor for you, and Scorpio and Virgo goes well together. It's water and earth. So that's actually the best news with this Mars going direct, trining Chiron, the wounded healer. The wounds are getting healed here because you've gone through the pain. You're not afraid of avoiding things. You're speaking about things that are very deep, and whether it is with colleagues or with siblings, or it doesn't matter, it's about your speech in general. Now, what else? A lot of activity the first 2 weeks in Cancer, which is again a water sign, and which is your 11th house, which is a very pleasant house. And you've got Venus there, you've got Mercury there, you've got the Sun there. So it's quite a lot of planets in your 11th house of friendships and aspirations. So that means that there is an emphasis of getting along with other people, like other like-minded people. And there is an emphasis of having new inspiration or aspirations, because when things are very stressful, like last month, like in June, it's very difficult to, or it's not easy to adjust yourself and to find new aspirations. And but you will, and because these planets, don't forget, these are cardinal signs, and there's always the Pluto-Uranus aspect that is still on the background. So all these planets that I just mentioned are bumping into Uranus and Pluto. But you're not a cardinal sign, so you're not gonna feel that in a stressful way. You're going to feel that more easygoing. Why? Because as this happens, there is a beautiful trine between Venus and Mars as well. And I'm looking, because I know you like the details, when that is happening. The Venus in a trine with Mars. I don't have the date, but it's in the beginning. So it's an upbuilding, of course. And Venus in a trine with Mars means that you're getting along with people. The give and the take is in balance. So therefore, I don't think that this Pluto-Uranus is going to be that important for you at all. At its best, it's new friendships, it's excitement around friendships, it's excitement about aspirations. At its worst, which again, that will be very little cases. At its worst, that will be that you are forced to change an aspiration, for instance, or you are forced to see the truth about a friend, for instance. So, but you like the truth, you Virgo, so I don't think that's a bad thing at all. And then the later part, the last, let's say the last 2 weeks of the month, the energy shifts into your 12th house of Leo. But again, very soft energy, Venus, the Sun, Mercury, which is your ruler. But normally with Mercury in the 12th house, it's very confusing. It's dreaming weird, or it's not knowing where you're heading at. But now these planets, we have a fire trine there. So these planets, especially the Venus there, is trining with Saturn and trining with Uranus. And it's all in your water houses. What does that mean for the Virgos? It means rest. And it means, although it is in fire signs, it's in the water houses. So it's a strange combination. But it means that you will have, fire is vision, having inspiration. And water is emotional. So, and a trine is good energy. So if you all knit that together, normally Virgos like to knit. Do you like to knit? Let me know. Or crochet, how do I call that? I like to do that. It's a long time ago, but I like that. So with the Venus in a trine with Saturn and Uranus, it's fantastic to find new ways for you Virgos to just relax and have a good time and give yourself low time or downtime, or how do they say that? Because that's the 12th house. The 12th house is the house of recuperation. It's the house of reloading your batteries. And or you're doing something behind the scenes that when it's August, September time is going to be way more active for you. That could be the case as well. Or you're longing behind the scenes with that Venus there in the 12th. But it's not negative, because it's beautifully aspected with Saturn and Uranus. So that longing can help you to be imaginative and to be creative. And it can be longing for not a person. It can be for a person, but it can also be for a project that you want to do. Use that desire. That is certainly not craving, but it's just a desire. Use that to be creative, to be inspirational, and to feel that you are alive. So I like the month for the Virgos at the moment. It's like really use it well before, the very hectical month for you will be September. But that is not necessarily a bad thing at all. But you use it to relax. Try to relax. I have made a special video about Saturn and Uranus trine. So the fire trine that I talk about, I'll put a link below so you can explore a little bit more, because this is going to be on for quite a while, that fire trine, and it's the first time that we're really feeling that now. And as I said, be inspirational, be creative, you Virgos. You really are. When you feel relaxed, you can be one of the most creative signs. So thank you so much for watching. Have a good month and see you next month. Bye bye.